This video is made possible by Spencer Shipley at Packey Webb Ford in Downers Grove, Illinois. Spencer is dedicated to finding the right car for you in the quickest time possible. Give him a call or contact him with the information up on the screen or found in the description below.
Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach and today I am driving a 2021 Ford Explorer ST. Up front is a 3.0 liter twin turbocharged V6 and down below is a 10-speed automatic transmission. Now I am super excited to be driving this here Ford Explorer ST for a couple of different reasons. First of all, ST is the performance category from Ford. They made the Focus ST, the Fiesta ST, and now the Explorer ST. But the second reason is the fact that I actually drove a 2020 Ford Explorer base model not too long ago, and I wasn't really happy with it. I thought the interior quality was and there wasn't anything too special. This is a different story entirely, and so I'm excited to share that with you guys. But before we get on with the rest of the video, if you are looking to sell your car, click the link in the description below. Cashforcars.com will pick up your car with a salvage title, clean title, running, non-running, whatever it is. Click the link in the description below, get your free quote, and they will pick up your vehicle in less than 24 hours. So let's get back to that 3.0 liter twin turbocharged V6. I'll put the horsepower and torque up on the screen. This thing is a beast. It's quick, it's fast. It's a fast SUV, which is good coming from ST. I'm glad that Ford didn't just stick the ST badge on some random vehicle and call it a day. They actually gave it the muscle behind the name, and I really like that. Fuel economy I'll put up on the screen. If you're buying an ST model, this isn't going to be the most fuel efficient vehicle in the world. However, those are the numbers, and they're honestly not bad for a 3-row SUV. You have to remember, this thing is quite large. Put it into sport mode. The Explorer is warmed up. And you hear all the snow coming off the hood. It's fast. It's a fast SUV. That's really all I can say. It's not going to absolutely destroy a Lamborghini Huracan if it lines up across from it. But for a 3-row SUV, you have to remember, this is bigger than some of my friends' college apartments. It's fast. It's fast. I like that a lot. And last but not least, this is all-wheel drive. Now, you can still find Ford Explorers with rear-wheel drive. Interestingly enough, the 2020 that I drove was actually rear-wheel drive, but this is all-wheel drive, and I absolutely love that. So let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I have a digital dashboard, and I'm going to cycle through some drive modes, some information, and a bunch of stuff like that that can be viewed in the center screen. I absolutely love this. You guys know by now, when there's a screen in a car, I feel like I should be able to customize it any which way I prefer. And that's true here in the Explorer ST. I really feel like I can change it to be whatever I want it to be. I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's great. And I love the animations that Ford has been doing. They did this with the Bronco Sport as well. These animations between the different drive modes, between the different gauges, I think it all looks very smooth, feels very premium. And I feel like some guy, whoever he is, spent a lot of time animating this, probably a lot of pots of coffee, and maybe a Monster Energy or two. On the steering wheel on the left, I have my cruise control options. Now, this does have radar cruise control, as well as if you have it set, the vehicle will automatically brake when a vehicle is approaching you, like every other radar cruise. But if the vehicle senses that it cannot stop fast enough, it will actually assess the situation and see if the vehicle can switch lanes. If it can, the Explorer will actually switch lanes in order to avoid an accident. That is very smart thinking, incredible engineering from Ford, and I really like that the ST gets that feature. I also have my volume and mute buttons on that side, and then on the right, I just have my options for that center screen that we were just talking about in the gauge cluster, as well as voice commands, things like that. I like the ST badge down at the bottom of the steering wheel. I think it looks great. Absolutely love that. And then to the left of me, I have my headlight switches, gauge dimmer switches, tailgate button, and then on the door, I have 3 different memory seats, power locks, power mirrors, and power windows. This does have an upgraded sound system as well, and it sounds very nice. Moving to the center, I do have a 10-inch display, which is absolutely awesome. The base model Ford Explorer does not get this, and I was a little upset about it, but this display is fantastic. It looks like someone glued a tablet to the dash, and it looks great. It functions really well. Of course, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, as well as the Ford MySync system. It all functions really well. It's a little awkward that it is vertical just because most vehicles that I've driven have not had vertical screens. However, that's such a small nitpicky thing that I'm not going to worry about it too much. There is one very interesting option here in the center screen though, which is the seat option, because the Explorer ST has massaging seats. That is right. Premium Ford products come with these massaging seats, and no, it won't rattle you out of the car, but it just keeps your muscles moving on longer trips and feels phenomenal. I could sit here all day and enjoy these seats. I absolutely love it. And I might not give this car back to Packey Webb because it's just so nice. It's decadent, it's smooth, it's creamy. Oh. And the backup camera is very nice, has good resolution to it, but we'll talk about the cameras more in a second. Down below the center screen, I do have my volume controls, tune, and then a couple interesting buttons in the middle. Of course, parking sensors on and off, hazard switch, and then my camera button. So I do have a 360 view camera here in the Explorer ST, which I think is absolutely phenomenal. Such a great idea. And for a larger SUV, if you're not comfortable with larger SUVs, this helps out with parking significantly. Very, very good feature. I'm very happy to see it here on the Explorer ST, and it's really a game changer. Down below that, we have our heating and air conditioning controls. Nothing too crazy here. Of course, dual zone heated and cooled seats, as well as I can adjust the rear climate controls. If you have younger kids, they don't know how to do it, blah, 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 you can do that from here. And I think the climate controls overall look really nice. Then we have our little garage door that is hiding a 12-volt outlet and two USBs, a USB-C and a traditional USB. And there is a little cutout for your charger cable, so when you're plugged in, you can close that garage door, keep it looking nice, but have the cord for your phone running out of it. Very smart thinking from Ford. The rest of the center console has the shifter, which is a rotary dial shifter. It's not my favorite thing in the world, however, it works. And Ford has been using these for quite some time, and I haven't heard of any of these failing or breaking like I thought I would. So they're reliable, they work, and honestly, it's an SUV. It doesn't have to have anything crazy. Down below that, I do have my power parking brake and brake hold, a very, very nice feature. Then down below the power parking brake, we have our drive modes. So we have a bunch of different drive modes here in the Explorer ST that I really, really like. Starting from left to right, we have tow, haul, sport, eco, normal, slippery, trail, and deep snow and sand. The nice thing about Ford is that usually their drive modes are pretty self-explanatory, and I like the customization of it. I think those drive modes are nice, useful, and I'm glad that you get a lot of them. One interesting button down by the drive modes is the parking assist button. So this car will parallel park for you as well as get in and out of tight spots while you're in the vehicle, which is nice. But the best thing about this, and something that other manufacturers don't offer, is the ability to get out of parking spots. So there's a little tab down at the bottom of the screen, and this lets the vehicle pull out of a tight spot so you don't have to. That is absolutely genius on Ford's part. And then I have two cup holders. So we have to do the big freaking bottle test, and it comes so close. But alas, my bottle doesn't really sit well in these cup holders. It doesn't go to the bottom. However, I can get it in enough to where it doesn't really rattle around, and for most mundane driving, the bottle will stay there. This is a tough one, guys. This is really a borderline, but you know what? I'm feeling good today. I'll give this one a pass. I will give the Ford Explorer ST a pass on the big friggin' bottle test. I think I could drive around pretty safely with this bottle and not have it roll around.
At the very bottom of the center console, I do actually get a wireless charger. It's kind of tucked away, and it's kind of an awkward spot for your phone. However, it is very nice that the ST gets a wireless charger at all. Now we gotta talk about the seats. They have ST embossed in them, which I absolutely love, and these are, to date, the only Ford ST seats I actually fit in, which is nice. However, they do everything you want them to do. They are heated, they are cooled, they are power, they are memory, and like we mentioned, they are massaging. There is nothing else you can ask for from a modern seat that this seat does not do, and I absolutely love that. These seats are some of the best seats I've sat in a very long time, and definitely the best seats I've reviewed this year. But speaking of seats, we have 2 more rows of seats, so let's do some back seat reviews. All right, so we're in the back of the 2021 Ford Explorer ST, and a couple things to note back here. First of all is this skylight. It starts up above the heads of the first 2 passengers in the first row and comes all the way back here to above my head. I absolutely love this, especially right now because there's actually ice that formed on the glass up here, so it's really interesting to look at. You know, I always say it, if I were a kid and my parents had one of these on road trips, I would just stare out of this moonroof, and I absolutely love that feature. Really, really great. But there's more stuff to talk about back here. I do have cup holders in the doors, which is very, very nice. Power windows, of course. And down here, I do have my heating and air conditioning options and a bunch of different chargers. Again, great for road trips. I have 2 USB chargers, a USB-C as well as a traditional one, and a AC 110 volt, 150 watt wall outlet. So you can plug in your hair dryer, your toaster, your George Foreman grill, whatever it may be, you can plug it in back here with just a regular wall outlet. Super smart thinking from Ford, and I absolutely love that, and I get a little cubby hole down below. Now, this particular Ford Explorer ST is spec'd with a center bench seat. So as you're seeing now, this is one complete bench seat. However, most Ford Explorer STs actually come with 2 captain's chairs. So you can actually pick if you want a bench seat or a captain's chairs, which is really, really nice customization. Now, we do have a 3rd row, so I'm gonna try to squeeze back there. This is my least favorite part of the job, but I do it for the people. That's what I tell myself to sleep at night. All right, so I'm not gonna spend too much time back here because I'm a little crammed and these seats are freezing cold. These do not have seat warmers and I wish they did right now. Back seats are okay. If I were a child, which according to my YouTube comments, some people think I am, but I'm not. I promise you I'm not a child. I would fit back here fine if I were a kid. I'm not a kid and I have knee problems and I'm not the smallest person in the world, so back here isn't the best for me. But if you have younger kids, they'll fit back here fine. I don't really get any amenities back here. I get a cup holder on either side, but that's about it. If you're gonna use the back seat a lot, I would actually highly recommend getting the captain's chairs because climbing back here without a center aisle was rather tricky, and I didn't put it in the video because I'm pretty sure the video would get flagged. So that's the back seat. Now we'll talk about the rear hatch, and then we'll talk about the looks. All right, so we're on the back of the Explorer ST. Power tailgate, which is really nice. There's a button right under here. Just lift that up. Bada bing, bada boom. Obviously, we have, these are the floor mats because it's a brand new car, as you saw by the mileage. Some nice door sills and stuff. 12 volt outlet right here, which is absolutely great. This is what I look for in modern SUVs like this, is a 12 volt if you need like a tire inflator or if you're gonna inflate like a mattress on a camping trip or something. Right here, super easy. Then we have some very nice buttons. So these buttons are to fold down these seats. So power activated, as you see, I'm holding it. But I didn't have to. Apparently you just hit it once and then it does its own thing. A lot of modern SUVs have this feature, but what's lacking is that if you hit the center button, they both come back up, which is great. You don't have to lift them up. Absolutely love that. We'll put those back down for the video for now, so we can talk about the rest of this. So floor mats will move out of the way, but right here, I love this added detail. It says Explorer has an outline of the car. They didn't have to do this. They could have grabbed literally any handle from like a 1996 Ford Taurus and it would have worked. But they went through the extra lengths to put the Explorer badge there, something you didn't find in the base model.
Lift this up and you have some extra storage, which is great for things you don't want to roll around or get squished. And the nice thing is you can actually just remove that lid. It just comes right off. And this is a nice rubberized floor mat for this back area, but you can peel this up. There's nothing under it, but nice rubber stuff. So if you put, muddy shoes in here, or let's just use that. Put some muddy shoes in here after you went hiking or whatever in your insane terrain or whatever. Harder to do one-handed than I thought, but put this back in. Then you can lay the rest of your equipment that's not muddy up on top of here, and these muddy shoes aren't going to contaminate anything. Really, really love that. Great feature. And then these go in right here. I'm not going to unwrap these, but super, super nice. The back area is absolutely fantastic here in the Ford Explorer. And if we look up here, we can lock the vehicle from here as well, and power tailgate to go back down. Nice and smooth. Now we gotta talk about the looks. I really like the look of the Ford Explorer. This was redesigned for 2020, and I think it actually looks really good. I like the black on black. I like the little red pinstriping down the side for the ST, but I think it's a handsome looking SUV, and I don't have really any major thoughts or complaints about it. Speaking of exteriors, if you are legally required to run a front plate on your vehicle in the state or country that you live in, but you think it's too ugly, then click the link in the description below and get yourself a con plate. The con plate holder is a suction cup holder for your license plate that goes on the inside of your windshield. This means you can remain legal when driving around, but for pictures, for shows, it's easily removable from the windshield, so the front of your car looks its best. Click the link in the description below, get your own con plate, and keep your car looking good. Now my thoughts on the Explorer ST as a whole. Well, this is a different vehicle from the base model that I drove. I mean, that's just it. This is a completely different vehicle. The materials in here feel so much nicer than the base model. The power is great. Base model comes with a 4-cylinder turbo. This is a 6-cylinder twin turbo. The screen is so much better and nicer in here. Not only the center screen, but the gauge cluster screen has nicer animations. I feel like Ford spent more time developing it. I think it looks great. The base model looks similar, but I think this looks really good with the bigger wheels, blacked out wheels, things like that. The moonroof, absolutely amazing. Love that feature. Great. And so this just reinforces the fact of, if you're going to buy a Ford product, save up the extra money, go the extra lengths, because Ford really, really rewards people who buy the higher trim levels, like the ST, like the Platinum. Platinum Fords are some of the most comfortable cars for sale today. And so if you're squeezing by and you can maybe afford the payments of a base model, I'd highly recommend looking at something else. Maybe an Escape or an EcoSport or a Bronco Sport. I just reviewed a Bronco Sport and I absolutely loved it. I'll leave that at the end of the video. But if you can afford something like this, this is one of the best 3-row SUVs I've driven. And I've driven a handful. And the reason I say it's the best is it's the best for me. I like having a sporty vehicle. I like having something different and unique. The Subaru Ascent is a fantastic car. And so is the Mazda CX-9. I really love the Mazda CX-9. But this just feels sportier. It feels like it's more on the balls of its feet and not, well, sitting on a park bench. I was really worried that the Explorer ST was just going to be a beloved badge stuck onto an okay SUV. It's not the case. It's not the case. This is a great car, and I really, really enjoy it. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to Spencer Shipley at Packey Webb Ford for getting me into this car to review. He is absolutely awesome. Walked me through the entire vehicle, super helpful, and really knows the product. His information is up on the screen. Give him a call, say, hey, I'm looking for this. Whatever the car may be. Maybe it's a Ford, maybe it's not a Ford. Give him a call, contact him, and he will get you into the right vehicle for you. He's been absolutely awesome. And helping him out is helping me out, and I appreciate that a lot. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.